Hey guys, Ali here from Lighthouse Journey. Welcome to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. So for my subscribers, it's been a while since I made a video. Sorry about that, but honestly, I couldn't do it. It's been a lot going on in my life over the summer and there just hasn't been inspiration. And if you know me, I only make videos when I am inspired to do so because I feel the content is best shared when we are in a place of authenticity, in a place of inspiration and this inspired action. So the topic that has inspired me to make a video today might not be so exciting. However, it is very important because it's something that I've been dealing with recently, and I know that there are other people who are experiencing the same thing. So today I wanted to talk about spiritual depression. So for me personally, it's been quite a journey over the summer. I have been very productive and I've been making a lot of new workshops and I've been teaching and meeting people. So as far as my, career goes and my path towards being a life coach and a mentor, everything's been going really, really well. So end of the summer comes along and we had this massive eclipse, this beautiful solar eclipse that came to us on August 21st. And I had a pleasure of teaching a really wonderful workshop the night before. It was a Goddess Awakening workshop. And right around that time is when I started to feel the shift. At the end of my workshop, I felt this wave that came over me that had a sense of I wasn't good enough. I wasn't prepared enough. I could have done better. So as I'm sitting there at the end of my class, all of these emotions are starting to pour in. And mind you, I've been, preparing for this class for a while and I really wanted to give it my all. And so I did. I did give it my all. But at the end, I just had this wave of emotions that came over with all these doubting feelings, with all of these negative thoughts towards myself and, towards my own path and my own experience. So ever since the eclipse, and it is almost October now. Today is what? Today is September 19th. So it's been like almost 3 weeks that I have climbed somehow into this cave of dark emotions. And, I'm not saying that it was every single day that I was in a dark place. However, there were many days when I would just feel very low. I would have absolutely no inspiration to do anything. I had a whole month of September that I could have planned workshops for, but I didn't have the energy, I didn't have the inspiration, and I wasn't going to teach something just to teach a class. That's just not how it works. You teach when you feel inspired, you teach when you want to give, not just to do it. So for me, it's been very difficult to understand the emotions that I've been experiencing. This depression that I went through is very emotionally heavy on the body and the mind. For me personally, it's been a lot of self-doubting thoughts that would spiral into the anxiety of my future. And one thing that I have noticed, and this is that, important thing that I always teach people, become aware of your mind. We're humans. We are gonna go through emotions. We're gonna go through hard times. We will go through feelings that we don't like. But the point of becoming awake and becoming this, aware being is to notice, to recognize, and to pay attention to when things come through for us that are bringing up certain emotions that we don't necessarily enjoy. So for me, when I started to feel the emotions of depression come through, the anxiety of the future started to pour in. I started questioning my path. I started questioning my future, especially where am I going? Where is it going to take me? In my mind, I did not see how everything would plan out. How my path right now, what I'm doing now, how is that going to help me be successful and financially independent in my future? So as those thoughts started to come through, I was watching myself like spiraling down into this mind mansion of just these awful thoughts. So I had to be mindful and become aware of them, and then slowly step out. I would step outside and I would become the observer of the thoughts. I would simply observe them and not really give in to them. So that's what happens with a lot of depression. When people get into really heavy depression is when they really give into the thoughts. They really, they attach themselves to the thoughts, and they let the thoughts take them into this depth of the cave, the emotional cave. So I was able to watch the thoughts. I was able to recognize, first of all, that I was depressed. I was feeling low. I had a lot of, just wanting to sleep all the time. And then I was eating all the time, like snacking, binge eating. And then I didn't have my practice. I didn't have my meditation. I wasn't doing yoga. I was even missing gym. So like I've noticed all of these things that were not my usual self. And that's where I felt disconnect. I felt this disconnect and I felt this uncomfortable feeling. And I wanted to resist it. I wanted to resist this feeling of this discomfort. And that's when I had a good friend of mine who came and she talked to me, and she helped me just, come back to myself. She told me that you have to surrender. You have to surrender to what is without the attaching of the thoughts. So she said, just surrender into this uncomfortable feeling. She said, she gave me this expression of, imagine you're being like in a hammock and you just like getting really deep and comfortable in this hammock, and just surrender to what you're feeling and know that it's going to pass. The most important thing that I just want to recommend you and to keep in mind is that whatever you're experiencing, no matter how hard it is, it's going to pass. It's part of this human evolution. It's part of our spiritual awakening, is to go through these waves of up and down. But what we need to learn is to learn how to surrender, to learn how we can manage through the shifts without falling into a really attached state of mind where we become too attached to the experience. Do you understand what I mean? So after that conversation with her, I was able to, find a way to release my depression, and I wrote a little bit. Whenever you have a sense where there's just a lot in your mind, I recommend you to channel that into something. Channel it whether into, you're write about it, write a letter to yourself, write a letter to source, whoever. Create something. You can make art, you can dance, you can sing. Just find some way of like expressive way that you can purge whatever you're feeling out. So after I wrote a little bit in my diary, I felt a little bit better. And after, a few days has gone by, I just started to see myself getting back out of this cave. So today is the first day where I feel fully back to myself. It's going to be the new moon tomorrow, so I find this kind of ironic that this time is now. I was also able to really nurture myself and to really give myself that self-love that I was lacking. I had a really beautiful shower today. I gave myself a massage. I gave myself a crystal healing. So I really took this time to love myself and to give this, a healing, this temple a healing that it needed, so that I can lift my vibration, so I can, shine brighter, so this energy can start elevating up. Because like I said, I knew that this would pass. I just had to wait for when it would happen. So today is the day when it happens. So, and I feel inspired to make a video because spiritual depression is a real deal. There are a lot of people who go through this, and a lot of people go through it without understanding how to deal with it. And that's the hardest part, is not knowing how to deal with something. So this is why I welcome you guys to really read, to Google things. Whenever you're feeling a certain way, just do a Google search. Dealing with anxiety, how to deal with it, and type in word spiritual process for anxiety, for depression, because you're not the only one. We are all going through this together at all these different points in our lives, and it's nice to stay connected and to be aware of what's going on and how we can deal with it in a proper way, in an effective way. I am never going to recommend anybody going to a doctor and signing up to medication. I don't believe in that. I don't support that. None of that is really something that I'm interested in. I'm interested in holistic way of healing ourselves, of energetic way of uplifting our minds and our spirits so we can heal from within, not from, something external that we buy at a pharmacy. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope this video helped for you guys. If anyone has any questions or comments or suggestions, please let me know. And like I said, I am working as a life coach now, and I'm working to really help people through their ascension, help people through their transformational journey. So if you guys feel called, please schedule a call with me. I would love to connect and see how I can help and guide you on your path. So thank you guys very much. Please subscribe to my channel and like it, and I look forward to connecting with you next time. Take care.